Welcome to Football Today. I'm your host, Alex Donnelly. It is Wednesday, the 20th of March, not Thursday. Stats guy has written in the run sheet, does all that and gets the date wrong.
Some people could actually help in the run sheet and that might make it a bit better, but that's all right.
I'm your host, Alex Donnelly. There is run sheet guy known as Stats Guy. How are we, Stats Guy?
Oh, very good. I've got my Colo top on that you've handed me over here. I absolutely love it, actually. It's a bit of a different one. Yeah.
Nice. And then over there we have Marcus. He's in his Prime Italia jersey there as it's the international break.
Yeah, well, that was just pure coincidence. I just didn't want to wear my Chelsea top because I wore it last time.
And we have an American shirt in our pile. So
I'm happy to boo at Italy as well because they cost Australia in World Cup history. So stuff them as well.
2006.
Colo. No one's got anything against
But they stopped England from winning the Euros.
Yeah, but
that's true. I
mean, everything that Bukayo Saka copped after just as a pure hatred
I wasn't a Bukayo Saka hater. So.
Yeah. Anyways, moving on. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, socials, and wherever you get your podcasts. The links will be coming up right here, so you can follow us on TikTok, X, Facebook, Instagram, all that good stuff. Football Today AU, and of course, hit that subscribe button and a thumbs up on YouTube. This is a very Aussie-focused episode of Football Today here, including what both the men's and women's have been up to. I literally found out yesterday that the Australian men's were playing Lebanon in World Cup qualifiers.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow night.
Literally tomorrow night as we record this on a Wednesday afternoon. But we do start off with a yeah-nah, and it's actually topical. Do the international breaks take out the steam of league football / European ties? Yeah-nah.
Yeah, of course they take out the steam.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Unfortunately, they do.
Yeah.
I think they're obviously necessary because you've got so many big tournaments like the Euros, World Cup and things like that. But can they lessen the game slightly or something like that? Because when the big leagues like the EPL, obviously Serie A,
get into the hottest
Bundesliga,
part of the season.
They're all coming to the best part of the season. Then you have to have another international break where you could have another month here and where it decides the title. So I'd say yeah, but I don't know how much they can change it.
I'll tell you what, just get rid of the Nations League.
Yeah,
the Nation League
would
actually
solve
but
one
in
or two
fairness,
international breaks.
that is part European qualifying as well as and then helps out like the World Cup series. It's a whole thing, but
they could even use the World Cup qualifiers or other things to qualify for other tournaments and get rid of that Nations League because no one cares about the Nations League, do they? Like it's not a big tournament.
They have to qualify for Euros. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
But like England were at one point in the second division of the Nations League. Like,
wait, how's that even possible?
Who cares?
Makes no sense. But yeah, they should, because honestly, like me as an Arsenal fan, we have like 20 days without a game of football due to FA Cup weekend, international breaks, and then other teams being in the FA Cup.
That's
we were meant to play Chelsea. That game's been postponed now. So it's like, there is literally like, if you're a fan of a specific team, you're just like, cool.
For some teams, you're like, we wouldn't mind a rest. But for Arsenal, who's on a roll of just scoring goal after goal after goal.
I mean, the break does come at a good times. We did cram a lot of football into a short period of time. And then we're about to come into another crammed period.
You could also flip the switch and say maybe this is beneficial for Arsenal because City are one of those teams. And Liverpool played in that FA Cup quarterfinal. But then again, international break sort of just puts that out the window anyways.
Yeah. And that's it. And then it's like you see the, as we say in quotation marks, injuries.
Yeah,
that has a lot of players pulling out of the international games. Erling Haaland, most notably, apparently has a rolled ankle. I refuse to believe that.
I know. Whereas Man City are like, just pretend you got a rolled ankle.
Dude, you haven't qualified for the Euros. Do you need to play? Martin Odegaard, just say your hair's out of place. It's fine. Anyway, let's get to All Aussie Football Adventures. This is the most important stuff here. We're going to start off with literally the most important news of all. Arsenal women are coming to Australia in May.
Yay.
So Catley, Cooney Cross and Caitlin Ford leading the charge here as they'll take on the A-League All-Stars. That'll be fun. Arsenal will probably win like 8-0, but that'll be great. It shows
I don't think it'll be 8-0.
I don't think they're going to be. They're not going to be very full strength.
Those sort of showcase games, they somehow make it close, and then like at the end, I reckon it'll be like 3 or 3-1.
Yeah, remember when was it Barcelona came and played the A-League All-Stars?
And the A-League
Dwight
All-Stars.
York was the manager.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Not Graham Quell. It might have been Graham Quell.
Yeah.
He killed it.
Yeah.
He came off the bench.
Yes.
I think with this, it might be a little bit different given, what the A-League season would have been finished for about a month or so.
Yeah.
And then it's
this is
like,
almost finished, to be fair.
So whereas the Arsenal women coming straight off the end of the season, so they'll be sort of fit and firing. And then there's international games the following week for all of them.
They should smash them, but I'd feel like
it's going to be great.
It'll be great.
They will honestly sell out Marvel Stadium.
As long as all the Arsenal girls...
The
Australian Arsenal girls get on the pitch.
I saw an article that saying they're pretty much confirmed. Like unless they're injured or something, because isn't there? They've got a couple of friendlies around that time as well. Is that the ones they play against China?
Yeah, we play China.
So that's around the same sort of.
But it's the last games before the Tillies go off to the Olympics.
What if they did like an Arsenal versus Tillies?
That'd be sick.
That would be sick.
I tell you what, I can't wait till Jonas, Arsenal coach, finds a way to still bench Kyra Cooney Cross in Melbourne. There will be a riot led by me.
Alex is just on the pitch with his shirt off.
Why has Alex got his shirt off?
All of Marvel Stadium will be on the pitch if that's the case.
Yeah. But also, I think this is great. I reckon they'll sell out Marvel Stadium. Newcastle United, as in the men's team, are playing the A-League All-Stars.
A-League men's All-Stars,
as the warm-up game.
That's great for women's sport. Yeah, that's awesome.
Well, that just shows you the level of, Steph Catley, Cooney Cross, Bruno Guimaraes.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. Yeah. But that's pretty cool. So that rolls into Tottenham also coming out. They're playing Newcastle at the MCG.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
On the Wednesday. I will not be going as I just simply refuse the hatred of Tottenham and Newcastle.
Just an angry Arsenal fan over there.
Yeah, literally.
But I'll be going on that one. I think it'll be packed at MCG. Get to see Ange ball up close and personal. I think it'll be fun. Yeah.
If it was like, I would go potentially, like if it was Liverpool, Tottenham, maybe, but just I hate Newcastle so much.
There'll be some Geordies floating around.
Exactly.
Their tops off.
Stats guy's going to get in a fight.
Yeah,
but that's good.
That's normal.
It is great that we have this, and I think it's AC Milan and is it Roma that are playing over in Perth as well?
Yes.
So it's really good that all these big football teams are coming out to Australia. It will be interesting. This is my prediction for this time next year. So 2025 end of season, Arsenal women versus West Ham women.
Yeah, because you got Gorry and Mackenzie Arnold. And Harper up front.
Harper Gorry leading the charge. So that's my early call.
Yeah, okay. I like that. I don't mind that at all. Nice.
So yeah, it is great for the growth of the sport, and hopefully that leads to sort of more things like this in the future, because it has been a long time since a lot of these gun teams have come. I think it's been 8 years since Arsenal have come to Australia. You had the Liverpool
Tottenham
game
came last year, but there was a bit of a gap before that. Celtic, Everton. Oh, you're saying to Melbourne. Yeah, you're right. Definitely to Melbourne, because I went to Celtic, Everton in Sydney. So,
and with all due respect, they're not
as big as these clubs. Yeah, I'll give you that. Yeah.
So that's great.
Lovely.
Anyway, what are the Aussie gals up to around the world? Well, we've been yelling about it for a couple of months here. Mary Fowler should be in the starting lineup of Manchester City. She started on the weekend. Stats going. What happened?
Oh, she got a goal and an assist in a 4-1 win. So they were actually having, I said the other week I wrote an article, they were struggling to score more than 2 goals in a game, even against the lower teams. She comes into the starting lineup last week. She scores a goal. Then they started her again and she got a goal and an assist. So she should really be in that starting lineup.
It's almost like she's good.
Yeah, she's very, very good. She's one of the best players in that team when she's up and running. So yeah, we're happy that she's back in the starting lineup there.
Absolutely.
Chelsea absolutely obliterated Arsenal 3-1 at Stamford Bridge. This game was just cooked from the moment when Arsenal literally forgot their socks.
They brought them, but
they bought the wrong socks.
They bought the wrong socks. And
they had to buy Chelsea socks from the store.
Were in their
hands. Wore Chelsea women's socks.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Everything about Saturday morning for me was horrendous. And then they were going up against an understrength Chelsea side, and this is basically for Arsenal stay in the title hunt.
Yep.
They got smashed off the park, and
Lauren James was
awesome.
She's a beast,
But I have so many questions about Jonas. I'm not a fan of him whatsoever, and they signed him to an extension early in the season. I'm like,
Arsenal going well, are they though?
Yeah, but for what Arsenal
Cooney
have done,
Cross hater, so
no, not a Cooney Cross
not hater, Cooney Cross lover.
Yeah, but for all the signings that Arsenal have made in the last 12 to 18 months, to be third and 6 points off it. Not
fair enough.
enough.
Should be a bit closer. Yeah.
Should be on top given the squad that they have.
Yep.
Yeah. No, I agree
Chelsea's
with
squad, I think, is still the best. I'm not being biased.
There's a bunch of injuries that you've got.
Bunch of injuries. Yeah. No, fair call.
Yeah, a couple of podcasts I listened to were like, this is a game Arsenal should come into Stamford Bridge and win. And this is
but
Chelsea
it started
people.
with the socks. They even had to tape up the Nike logo because obviously Chelsea's Nike and Arsenal's Adidas. So that was just very funny.
Yeah. All right. And Claire Hunt kept another clean sheet in defence for PSG. I think they also had a win, not in the Champions League, but like a League Cup over there. It was. It went to penalties.
Yes.
And it went to like 14 penalties. So wild.
Yeah, it's like a Matildas World Cup match.
Absolute scenes. Take us through the A-League stats, guy. Women's A-League.
Oh, yeah, Women's A-League. I just want to talk about Sophie Harding. She was amazing again. She played a couple of games for the Matildas in some of the qualifiers, winning 1-0 goal for Western Sydney Wanderers. She's now got 10 goals and 3 assists this season. I think she only scored 2 goals the whole season and only 2 goal contributions all of last season. She's just rocketed up.
Massive output.
So, I don't think she's in the squad for the upcoming Matildas match against Mexico, but I think in the near future she'll be in the squad because she's killing it in the Women's A-League.
I mean, it's going to be hard given the fact they've got to drop this squad from 22 to 18.
I know, yeah. She won't be in the squad.
Courtney Vine recalled back to the Matilda squad, obviously, as well. She scored an absolute rip snorter of a goal on the weekend.
One-time volley, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Just bang.
Clean. Absolutely clean. Right, the Socceroos take on Lebanon tomorrow night at Stadium Australia?
Combank Stadium.
Okay, wow. We're playing at Parramatta. The Tillies would be playing.
I was about to say, where is that?
The Tillies would be playing at the Olympic Stadium. So Combank Stadium is where the Parramatta Eels play.
Western Sydney Wanderers play there.
Yeah, it's literally Parramatta. It's home of the Eels. It's where, Western Sydney Wanderers
It's actually a very nice stadium.
It is. Well, it's brand new. It is very nice, but it's no Olympic Stadium. But let's be honest, the Aussie, like the Socceroos are probably only get 20 to 30,000 this game.
I'm happy to see that we're not playing at Australia Stadium.
Because it'd be half empty?
More because that's always where every time the Socceroos play or Australia play, it's there.
Yeah, it's always there. It's always in Sydney.
Like share the love.
Yeah, well, I saw him play the qualifiers at Amy Park, which was awesome against Bangladesh. But there's mainly games in Sydney.
I think the Socceroos have also announced they're playing at HBF Park in Perth, which is the soccer stadium for the Glory. So
that's a good stadium actually as well.
Yeah.
Oh, it's all right.
I thought it was right. You know.
Take me through this game. We should just stroll through this. Yeah, but it's Australia, 100%. And we seemingly struggle in games we should win.
I know we have a lot of players overseas, particularly who are playing particularly well.
Yep.
Cassini Yengi scored a winner for Portsmouth.
He scored the last couple of games.
He's going to get promoted from League One.
Yep.
All we know is Jackson Irvine, that player just left my head. He's been killing it for St. Pauli.
Metcalf as well.
Goals. Metcalf's in there.
Matty Ryan's doing a good job at his local club as well.
Yep, he kept another clean sheet on the weekend.
I keep seeing his name pop up.
He keeps clean sheets up
against Garang Qual's side that he's loaned at, where he's not getting any minutes. He didn't play a single minute.
I'm going to look that up now.
It doesn't feel good.
He hasn't been great, but there's other players who can fill in the boots and fill in the shoes. So again, this should be relatively straightforward.
Yeah, it's two strong wins in the World Cup qualifiers so far for Australia. So we're easily top of the group. We're 8-0 in the aggregate so far. So I think we're good. No matter what happens in this one, we're going to finish top. But it'll just be good to keep on that roll because we haven't played a game since the Asian Cup. I had a look before. Which
that's only 2 months ago.
Yeah,
it's not like it's not too
bad,
away.
but it's just good to get a win on the board.
Some of these European teams haven't played together since like September.
Yeah, exactly.
True. Yep. So it's not too bad, especially when we have had Asian Cup. But I think it'd be good just to get back into the rhythm of because Asian Cup was a bit of a disappointing finish with losing to South Korea, obviously. So hopefully they get back on the winners board and it should be all right.
So Qual's been on the bench in 9 of the last 12 games. And he's played a total of 32 minutes.
Yeah, it's been shocking.
In 12 games.
It's horrible for his
before that, he'd been getting time.
You'd rather him either A-League or like a Scottish League or something like that, where he's going to get minutes.
Well, he did play. He was at Hearts and he got no minutes there.
In the first 14 games, he played in 12 of a possible 14 games and was averaging bang on 60 minutes.
Yeah,
maybe a bit more.
But he probably couldn't get in the game. That's just weird. As
soon as he got that transfer to Newcastle, they had like the loan back agreement with Central Coast. That should have been a 2-year loan back agreement where he can play there another year. I don't know. It's just I'd hate to see his development absolutely.
Yeah, it'd be annoying if he comes back to the A-League and then he never goes.
And then it's a Daniel Arzani 2.0.
Yeah, exactly.
I have worries about the kid from Adelaide. Same.
Nestor Irakunda.
Irakunda, yeah.
He goes to Bayern.
Because he's going a bit too young. But
he came back from injury not long ago and scored.
Yeah.
So anyway,
hopefully it'll be all right.
All right, with that being said, we will take a break. We'll be back after this. Leo will come in with a trivia question. We're going to talk FA Cup, Champions League draw. More, I'm just going to complain about it and a bunch of other stuff that comes to our mind. We'll be back after this.
Hi, I'm David Kickno. I'm James Clements. I'm the host of the AFL Today Show. And you can join me and a rotating cast of AFL nuffies, lunatics and journos celebrating all things footy in the world's singly greatest one-stop shop for every level of AFL fan. That's right, every game of the 2024 AFL season will be previewed and wrapped for you. Every storyline covered, every big moment broken down, every big hit celebrated, every Supercoach angle looked at, and every type of credit given to the boys. That's right, with guests from around the AFL world, AFL Today will have you sorted for all things footy. So, 3 times a week, make sure you get your AFL fix with the AFL Today Show.
All right, welcome back to the Football Today Show for the second half of the show. As always in the second half of the show, we go to Leo for a trivia question. What up, Leo?
Oh, no.
All right, boys. Which active Aussie men's player has the most goals for Australia for their career?
Active?
Active.
Okay, I'm out.
Stats guy.
Stats guy.
Active. Duke.
Incorrect.
I'm going to go Harry Sutar.
Incorrect.
That's not a bad jack. He's got a lot of headers.
He's got.
Can we go again?
Jackson Irvin.
Incorrect. I think you guys have listed second, third, and fourth.
God damn it. No,
Stats guy.
You took too long.
Goodwin.
No
No,
points.
wrong.
Nah, calling it.
All right. I'm happy.
Is it not Jackson? Is it not Jackson Irvine?
Not Jackson
I thought,
Irvine.
he's got a lot of goals as well.
It's Matthew Leckie.
Really?
Yeah,
He's
14
still an active
goals.
player.
Is he currently in? He's not currently in the squad though.
But he's an active
He's an
player.
active-
He's still an active player. He could come back in the squad.
Yeah.
All right.
I wouldn't have thought
No
Leckie.
points.
How many goals is it?
14.
That's not great.
Well, Harry Souttar's around that mark.
Yeah, he's about 10
He's
or something.
11, I think. Yeah.
I reckon, what's his name? Who did I say? Duke would be up there as well.
Yeah, 11 as well.
Tell you what, I reckon we can name the top 5 Tillies that are currently active for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, FA Cup quarterfinal last weekend. What a wild weekend of football this was. This was great. We'll start off with the game nobody cared about because, let's be honest, one half of the teams didn't show up. Man City 2, Newcastle 0. Someone had to tell Newcastle this was a sudden death game because...
Will they have 2 shots?
They didn't try. There wasn't a second leg, Newcastle. You need to win to go forward.
They're at their stadium at St. James Park waiting for Man City to come back for the second leg.
Just waiting for a mate. You have no mate to Newcastle. Anyway, they sucked. Chelsea 4, Leicester City 2. We saw the best of Chelsea and the worst of Chelsea in this game.
Right?
Raheem Sterling, you tumor, get out of my club.
Tumor, that's really aggressive.
It is, because that's what he is at the moment. He's just
he's probably a good bloke, but
keeping
he
his
can't play
paycheck,
football.
not showing any sort of leadership to the young players, taking the penalty of Cole Palmer.
Took the worst free
worst
kick
penalty
ever.
of all time, then missed a one-on-one, put it wide of the target, and then took the worst free kick ever, which almost landed in Craven Cottage.
Hopefully Leo clips that one up. That's a great
call, though.
thing.
Cole Palmer should be taking our penalty
Anyway,
to Chelsea. That's a
Leicester City are flying. They're going to win the championship and they'll be back in the APL next year.
Well, we don't know if they will. They're not even top of the championship
No, they're
anymore.
second or third now.
Leeds have topped them. They've only got 1 win in their last 5
in
league
fairness,
games.
I haven't looked at the table in like
Leicester
3
have
weeks.
lost 3 of their last 5,
They're equal top with the game in hand.
But whereas Ipswich...
So top 3 set. Top 3 set.
The top 3 has a point between them. Leeds United 82, Leicester City 82, Ipswich Town 81. Leicester have a game in hand.
I want to see Ipswich Town come up because I'm sick of Leicester, Leeds,
and
Southampton.
Ipswich have a couple Aussies. Cameron Burgess, who scored in a 6-0 win over Sheffield Wednesday, and obviously Massimo Luongo, but he's retired from international football. But he also plays for Ipswich.
He could come up to the Premier League. That'd be pretty cool.
Wolves 2, Coventry 3.
Yes.
This was absolute scenes. With Coventry scoring twice after the 90th minute mark to win the game.
After Wolves went 2-1 up in the 88th minute.
Yeah, wow, scenes.
Alex's betting account was going very nicely.
May have had something on Coventry. Just saying. That was good. But also, just this is the the love of the cup, the magic of the cup.
The magic of the FA Cup.
Yeah, how good.
Because you got Coventry 8th in the championship. And they've been the Premier League team.
Is the FA Cup sort of dying?
I think weekends like this prove it's not.
Yeah, I agree. But like it used to be, like teams would rather win the FA Cup over the top division.
Yeah, I think it's because everyone sort of goes all in on the Champions League now. I'm guessing it's obviously more money because it's worldwide.
Yeah.
And I think, it may be a little
There's
bit
more money in league football.
But I still think it's pretty big because you got Man U obviously can't win anything else. They're going for this. You got Chelsea, same as us. So I'm happy. I
think if you can once you get through to like the 4th round, or even the 5th, I think that's when it starts picking up. If you can get through them without really, putting too much pressure on your first team squad, great. If you get knocked out, oh well, so be it. As long as you've got sort of other things to focus on. Like for mid-table teams like a Brighton, they'd love to be in a place like this right now.
Yeah, I'm just thinking more towards the point of Championship, League 1, League 2 teams when this is literally they would quadruple their yearly salary if they play.
You're not wrong,
But we did see a couple of massive upsets in the 4th and 5th rounds. Before we even got to here. So I think it's great.
I want Coventry to go all the way.
Didn't Manchester United go to some random ass club that was like
Tottenham went to like a 10th division club.
And there was people sitting out front in their front wall and they could watch the game.
There was a couple of years ago, Arsenal went to somewhere against I think it was like League 2 or non-league club, and the dude was eating a pie at the goalkeeper.
The goalkeeper was eating a pie
because his mates had a bet on it.
And he got sacked because he was
hero.
It was what's it called? Dodgy betting.
Ivan Toney gets banned. That guy's a hero.
That guy's a hero. That wasn't match fixing. He's like, I'll eat a pie. You blokes can have a tenner on me. Yeah. That's not betting on you to lose.
True.
It's like, dude, I'm the fat guy. I'm gonna eat a pie. Like, respect.
He literally got put in goals because he was the fat guy.
No, but he wasn't in goals. He was the reserve goalkeeper, so he's eating a pie. What a king!
Yeah, I love it. Love it.
What a man. So, side note, Ivan Toney, I can categorically guarantee right now, I have no sources or anything because I'm a dude in Melbourne. Ivan Toney will not play at Arsenal ever.
Yeah, but I think, I don't think that will happen,
Where's that come from?
No, that's just me going off the vibes in the Arsenal.
In terms of that you don't like him? Or?
No, in the terms that William Saliba was about to throw him into the stands during that game and it got real testy. Okay. And he doesn't pass the, Gerald just beat this out. He doesn't pass the head test.
Yeah.
And that's the thing I think Arsenal are big on that. The fact that he's come out in an interview this week, you said it on TikTok, acts like a complete flog saying, oh, yeah, it's going to be great
Yeah,
when
that's
Brentford
not
sell him
great,
to
is
a
it?
big club.
No one really wants him when there's someone
In
attacking.
particular, Real Madrid. That was his dream.
All right, where do we bet he ends up, just quickly?
Oh, God.
I'm going to say Manchester United because they don't care who you are.
Honestly, that's not a bad shout.
yeah.
Even Chelsea, even if Victor Osimhen is
I reckon Chelsea,
too
yeah,
much,
which
or-
I still take him, yeah.
whichever's the cheaper option.
You'd take Ivan Toney in your club
Yeah.
when you've got Nkunku there when he gets fit.
Well,
Yeah,
but
he's
needing
not
Cooker
a
to stay
natural.
fit.
No, he
yeah.
won't play striker.
Yeah, Ivan Toney, I reckon that price will drop to about 60 million max because Brentford want to sell him. Some of the bigger clubs don't want him because he's a tool.
Well, Chelsea will probably pay him 100 million even if he's asking for 60 million.
Yeah, probably. You want 60, 100.
Yeah, great deal.
Good stuff, Todd. And finally, speaking of Manchester United 4, Liverpool 3.
Unbelievable.
Wild extra time game. This, I don't know how Liverpool didn't take control of this and win it.
Yep,
But
I called it.
did you? I didn't.
I did. I said Manchester United will win.
Oh, yeah, you did actually. You did.
Liverpool running on very tired legs. They needed this international break for sure.
100%.
Yeah,
they got way too many injuries.
So many injuries, yeah. But you did really well.
But what about Jurgen Klopp's sook? Like,
But
Every
that's
time they
Jurgen Klopp.
lose. Oh,
That's Jurgen Klopp. We're used to it. Like,
Yeah, I know,
everyone
but-
likes to pile on Arteta. Jurgen Klopp's a bigger complainer of Sook. Actually, Eric Ten Hag is worse.
Yeah.
Did you hear his post-match interview?
did you hear about? Oh, you go ahead.
Okay, so Ten Hag, they're like, oh, does this, kickstart your season? It's March, so it shouldn't really kickstart your season. And then he goes, oh, we should have beaten Arsenal in September. It's like,
if you can't say
he's
should
like,
have, yeah.
he's like, oh, Garnacho scored. It's like, I think Eric Ten Hag and that bald-headed tin hat head of his is the only person in the world who thinks Garnacho wasn't offside because the technology said he was offside. It wasn't a goal because he was offside, and then Arsenal scored 2 goals and won. I don't know what you're still complaining about. Move on. Your team sucks. Try and win something.
I think you should move on, mate.
No, wasn't this one like ages ago? No, he literally brought this up on Monday in his press conference. Move on.
Well, obviously how Dan Ashworth is going to come in.
Yes.
Manchester United, and he said he's not been a very big advocate for Eric Ten Hag. Big rumor circulating that he's going to
get rid of him.
They're going to beat him off.
Eric Ten Hag.
And Eric Ten Hag in his press conference came out saying, No, we're actually not doing that bad, and was just talking about
trying to make him sound better.
Himself
Is that
sound
like how he also came and said we should have beaten Arsenal
like the
6 months
expectations?
ago?
Yeah, it was.
Mate,
it was
you've spent
strange.
I think you're second to Chelsea on money spent since you've come in.
Not good.
Yeah, not good.
Not good.
Anyway, you're into an FA Cup semi-final.
They're going really well there. Yeah.
They've got Coventry, don't they?
They do.
They do. So they'll be in the final. Yeah.
They'll beat Coventry and they'll get
It's going to be. Looks like an all Manchester.
It's going to be great when Manchester City win that 5-0.
I don't know.
Wait, no,
They'll beat Coventry.
Oh, yeah. I thought you meant the Chelsea game.
No. When they
when they beat you,
they'll beat you like 2-1 or something.
Chelsea will win on penalties in that game.
That's your call now?
Yep.
I'm not sure about that.
Right, and finally, can we stop saying that Liverpool have lost a chance to chase a quadruple?
They were never going to.
Because it's the Europa League. The Europa League doesn't count as part of the... Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
All right, so we're all in agreement there.
Yep.
I saw a lot of people saying, like, hold on, Europa League's not a part of that. Like, good stuff. Like, you're probably going to bump into Leverkusen on the way. It's going to be sick. And it's in Dublin. That'll be loose as, but yeah, not a quadruple. Anyway, Champions League draw. Atletico and Dortmund is probably the tie that both teams wanted because they probably wanted to play each other.
Yeah, I'd agree.
They're probably the lower 2 ranked teams. Still really good teams.
Yeah,
so
every other team wanted to probably play Dortmund because they're not going great in the Bundesliga at the moment. And Atletico came from the clouds to win their tie, and it probably would have backed Inter if they'd made it through. Like, it's really weird.
Inter are going to win the Serie A, most likely.
Yeah.
Who gets through this tie?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do each one who gets through. Just simple, straight to the
I'll go Atletico.
I will also just say the same.
Same side of the draw. So the winner of this plays the winner of PSG and Barcelona in the semis. I'm going to go with PSG.
I am going to go with Barcelona.
Yeah, I'm going Barca as well.
Really?
PSG love to choke.
Okay, so you're going with the PSG more likely to choke than
PSG
Barcelona.
don't have the heritage in Champions League football.
Fair enough.
Yep.
But I'm just also like Barcelona
they have a much better
rabble
team
at the moment.
Yeah, that's true. That's
like
true.
just everything's not going well there. And Lewandowski just can't get out of his own way.
Yep.
Real Madrid and Manchester City, the absolute highlight.
Oh, this is going to be awesome. Yeah.
This is going to be great.
They played each other a few years ago, didn't they?
Last year.
Was it last year?
It was the first time that Man City got past Real Madrid because you'd had that miracle when they scored twice after the 85th minute a few years ago. I'm going to lean to Real.
Yes.
I'm so stumped on this game. I'm leaning to Real. I'm going to go City.
I'm going Real as well. I think they can still win it all. Even though they've been shaky the last couple of weeks, I just think this club just locks in this time of Champions League football.
Yeah. It's just City have
a much better team. They'll score more, but we'll see.
It's gonna be great. I can't wait for it. And finally, because I go for them, Arsenal and Bayern Munich. Now of note, did you guys know this? Bayern Munich fans can't go to the Emirates.
Yes, I did know that. Yep.
Because they threw fireworks and flares on the ground at Napoli, so UEFA banned them.
Let the boys play.
They're doing their best to try and get Arsenal through.
No, they're trying to make it an all-English semi-final that no one's like. I would love it for it to be either Arsenal and Real Madrid or Man City Bayern. I do not want an all-English semi-final.
Yeah, no, it's a bit boring, isn't it?
Because it feels boring. Whereas
you feel like you got that in the Premier League
already.
It's
been like that in the past, like the last few years.
We had Tottenham and Man City a few years ago.
Tottenham, Real Madrid.
That was fun.
Tottenham, Real Madrid, Liverpool, Chelsea,
Barcelona.
Arsenal. In the Europa League. So
So I don't want an all-English semi-final because the thing is you've got Emirates and the Etihad, and then the finals at Wembley. So it doesn't really. I'd love it for it to be Arsenal going to the Bernabeu. Like, I'm going to tip Arsenal, obviously. Like,
that's fair. This is going to be. It's going to go either way, but
Bayern's main centre back at the moment is Eric Dyer. Like, what are we doing?
True. And
Thomas Tickle, he can do a job, mate.
Yeah, but also the fact that he said he's leaving, he can do whatever else. Like he's playing Kimmich at right back at the moment because
he can play right back.
Yeah, but he's just like, I don't care about you wanting to play in the midfield. You're playing right back.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to put it down. I've said this before. Harry Kane hat-trick at the Emirates.
I'm going to go Harry Kane for 4. Why not? Yeah, he's going to kick. He's not going to kick. I think it will be really close. I reckon 2-1 Bayern.
So the first game's at the Emirates. Second game is over in Munich. So if Arsenal were to win, what lead do they need going into the second leg?
Minimum 2 goals.
I'm saying 2.
Yeah, maybe even 3. Yeah.
If they go in 2-0, I would confidently say they'll do enough to hold on. Like
I won't confidently say that. I'd say for a confidently
3. I agree with that.
Yeah. But I still if they win in 1-0, I'd say Bayern to go through. If they win 2-0, I reckon Arsenal will go through.
Yep.
That could go either way. Yeah.
Penalties.
Yeah.
I'm going penalties in that one again.
Yeah.
Second leg. He's going to be in the office like,
The problem with that is these games start at like 7 a.m. So I have to make the early decision if I'm coming straight into the office or if I'm going to stay at home. Whereas
we'll come into the office and we'll do a live stream.
And I'll just lose my
We'll do a live stream.
Whereas
Gerald's not a fan of that.
No.
But let's do a live stream.
Our video producers are way overworked. One of them nearly died yesterday. So
yeah.
So I don't.
We'll look into that.
We're not giving them extra work, but problem is if it's penalties, I'm not going to get here till 11. Like I got delayed on the train last week, and I was watching the penalties on the bus going. Anyway, I was that dude. On that absolutely awesome note, we have covered absolutely everything here on football today. Any chances we're going to tip someone in the Europa League who's going to win that? Liverpool, Leverkusen?
Leverkusen, I'm going.
Leverkusen came from the clouds.
I love watching them.
They were in trouble of losing a game last week, side note.
But they were. They're not. They've got this aura about them. They can't lose.
Yeah, Granit Xhaka, baby.
Yeah.
But Xabi Alonso will have the pick of his clubs that he wants to go to.
Yeah.
It's going to be Liverpool.
Come to Chelsea.
I don't think so.
He would never go to Chelsea.
I don't know if it will be Liverpool.
Didn't mention before, it will be very funny, written in the stars, that Arsenal are the team that stops Harry Kane at his last opportunity to win a trophy this year.
But it would also be funny if Harry Kane ruins
stops Arsenal from winning a trophy.
But it's like we've still got the Premier League. Like we're still
you're not going to win.
But we're on top. So it
you're not
going
to win. That's right.
Keep believing.
That's another podcast.
That's next week's podcast anyway. All right, we are done and dusted today. Please check out Football Today on all of the social medias. We've got some fun videos up there. We have literally just ranked all the kits that Nike have just released. There are some belters and there are some shockers in that one. Please check out that video on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Leave a comment, all that stuff. Tell us that we're idiots because we already know that we are. Good stuff, Stats Guy.
Thank you.
Shout out, Marcus.
Thank you, Alex.
Go collar.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks to Geraldinho behind the screens and Leo for his trivia question that stumped us all. We are great Australian football fans. We'll catch you next week on Football Today.